Have you ever felt like you've spent so much of your life trying to please others, meet their expectations, and follow their rules that you've lost a sense of who you really are? It's easy for that to happen, especially as we get older. At some point, we start thinking that maybe the time to take control of our own lives has passed, that we have to play by certain rules because of our age. But here's the truth, life doesn't stop just because we turn 60, 70, or even 80. In fact, this is the perfect time to reclaim your power, to break free from the control of others, and start living the life you want. You see, after 60, you've already lived through so many stages, raising families, building careers, and probably putting others' needs ahead of your own for years. But now it's your time. And it's time to take back the freedom to make decisions based on what you truly want, not what anyone else expects of you. In this video, we're going to talk about how to never let anyone control your life after 60. We'll go over 5 important rules that can help you regain your freedom, feel empowered, and truly live life on your terms. So, let's dive in and start with our first rule: know your worth and set boundaries. It's so common for people to feel like they have to give everything they've got, whether it's time, energy, or resources, to family, friends, or even organizations they're involved in. But here's the thing, you can't pour from an empty cup. You've spent years giving, supporting, and being there for everyone else. Now, it's time to take a step back and think about your needs, your desires, and what's truly important to you. Knowing your worth means recognizing that you deserve to have time for yourself. You deserve to say no when you need to. I know, it can feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you've always been the one others turn to. But setting boundaries is essential for your own mental, emotional, and physical well-being. When you start setting limits, you're not being selfish, you're taking care of your health and peace of mind, which makes you even better able to be there for others when it counts. Let's look at a simple example. Let's say you've always been the family member who hosts holiday dinners, no matter how much work it involves. Over time, you felt the stress building up, but you kept going because that's what you do. But now, you're starting to feel worn out. It's okay to say, you know what? This year, I'm going to step back. Let's make it a potluck, or maybe we'll just meet at someone else's house. It's not about abandoning your family, it's about finding balance and preserving your energy. Setting those boundaries will allow you to enjoy the time you spend with your loved ones even more. Now, let's talk about prioritizing your own needs. This is closely related to setting boundaries, but it's more about making sure that you actively take care of yourself. It's not about being neglectful of others, but about being intentional with your time and energy. If you're constantly putting yourself last, it's no surprise if you feel burned out or overwhelmed. For example, maybe you've always been the go-to person for babysitting grandkids, taking care of others when they're sick, or helping out with all kinds of errands. While it's wonderful to be supportive, you have to ask yourself, when was the last time you did something just for you? When was the last time you took a day off from being on call for everyone else? This might feel like a foreign concept at first, but it's important. Your time, your health, and your happiness are valuable. And if you keep putting your needs at the bottom of the list, you might start feeling resentful or exhausted. It's not that you don't love your family or your friends, it's that you deserve to feel good, too. Prioritizing your needs means making sure that you carve out time for yourself, even if it's just an afternoon to relax, enjoy a hobby, or take a walk in the park. Taking care of yourself isn't just about avoiding burnout. It's about living a life that feels right for you, without feeling like you're being pulled in every direction by the needs of others. Think of it this way, when you're at your best, you're better equipped to show up for the people you care about. When you feel good, you can give from a place of abundance, not exhaustion. Now that we've covered the importance of knowing your worth and setting boundaries, let's move on to the second rule: don't be afraid to say no. This is a big one. Over the years, we can become so accustomed to saying yes to everything and everyone that it can be really hard to start saying no, but the truth is, saying no is one of the most empowering things you can do. It's a way to protect your time and energy and put yourself first without guilt. Many people, especially those who've spent their lives being caregivers or helping others, feel a deep sense of duty to say yes all the time. But constantly saying yes can be draining, and it can even lead to resentment. So, it's time to break that habit. The next time someone asks for a favor or wants you to take on a new responsibility, stop and ask yourself, do I really want to do this? If the answer is no, then say it. It's as simple as that. It's okay to not take on every responsibility, and it's okay to tell others that you need time for yourself. Think of how much more enjoyable your life will be when you aren't constantly overcommitting yourself. Remember, you're in control now. You don't have to say yes just to please others. Your time and energy are yours to manage as you see fit. By saying no, you're sending a clear message to others that your needs matter too. And honestly, the more you practice it, the easier it becomes. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person, it makes you someone who values themselves and their time. Now that we've talked about setting boundaries and the power of saying no, it's time to dive deeper into how we can reclaim our freedom. Stay tuned, because in the next part, we'll explore the third rule for living life on your own terms. Now that we've touched on knowing your worth, setting boundaries, and learning to say no, let's talk about something that often holds people back, especially as they get older: letting go of the fear of change. It's natural to feel a bit apprehensive about change as we age. We've spent years, sometimes decades, building routines, habits, and ways of living that feel comfortable and secure. The thought of shaking things up or trying something new can bring on anxiety or fear. But here's the thing: embracing change is one of the most powerful ways to take control of your life and truly feel free. Think about it, every stage of life brings changes, whether we want them or not. But instead of fearing change, try to think of it as an opportunity. The world around us is constantly evolving, and we don't have to stay stuck in the past. Change doesn't mean you have to abandon everything that has worked for you. It simply means you're open to new experiences, new ways of thinking, and new ways of living that align with who you are now. For example, maybe you've always lived in the same house for many years, and the thought of moving to a smaller, more manageable place feels overwhelming. Or perhaps you've always done things in a certain way, and you're hesitant to try a new hobby or learn a new skill. But what if this change is the exact thing you need to feel more liberated and alive? Sometimes, embracing change can lead to unexpected joy and fulfillment. One of the greatest benefits of being over 60 is that you have the wisdom and experience to recognize that not all changes are bad. You've already weathered many storms in your life, so why not step forward with the confidence that you can handle what comes next? Let go of the fear that change will somehow diminish your life. In fact, it can enhance it. Imagine taking up a new hobby you've always been curious about, or finally traveling to that place you've dreamed of seeing. It's never too late to try something new, and doing so will remind you that life is still full of possibilities. Letting go of the fear of change also means allowing yourself to evolve. You don't have to be the same person you were 10, 20, or even 30 years ago. Who you are now is just as important, just as valuable. So, if you've been feeling the itch to try something different, whether it's learning a new language, starting a new exercise routine, or even trying out a new career path, yes, it's possible. Now is the time. Don't let fear hold you back from stepping into the next chapter of your life. Now, let's talk about investing in your health and wellness. If there's one thing that can give you the energy and vitality to live your life on your own terms, it's taking care of yourself physically and mentally. And yes, I know that as we age, we can face new health challenges. But rather than letting those challenges control us, we have the power to take charge of our health and create a routine that works for us. Taking care of your body is one of the most freeing things you can do. Think about it. When you feel good, when your body is strong and your mind is sharp, you can do more of the things you love. You can travel, spend time with family, take up new hobbies, and just enjoy life in a way that's truly fulfilling. But in order to feel that way, it's important to prioritize your health, no matter what age you are. So, what does that look like? It doesn't mean you have to start running marathons or working out for hours a day. It's about finding activities that make you feel good, whether that's walking, swimming, yoga, or simply stretching every morning. Regular exercise keeps your body strong, helps maintain your balance, and improves your mood. And don't forget about nutrition. Eating a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains can make a huge difference in how you feel day to day. Even small changes in what you eat can boost your energy and help you feel more vibrant. Mental wellness is just as important. Many people underestimate the importance of staying mentally active as they age, but your mind is just as capable of growing and adapting as your body. Keep your mind sharp by learning new things, whether it's reading, doing puzzles, or even taking up a new interest or class. Staying mentally engaged helps prevent feelings of stagnation and boosts your overall sense of well-being. It's also crucial to make time for relaxation and stress reduction. As we get older, stress can have a bigger impact on our health than we realize. Finding ways to relax, whether through meditation, breathing exercises, or spending time in nature, can help you maintain a sense of peace and calm. When you're not constantly feeling stressed or overwhelmed, you have more mental and emotional space to focus on the things that truly matter to you. When you invest in your health, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. You're ensuring that you can continue to live the way you want, free from the constraints that poor health can impose. Finally, let's talk about embracing your independence. This is the essence of living on your own terms. As we age, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking we need to rely on others more, or that we're too old to handle things on our own. But here's the truth: you've already lived a life full of accomplishments, and you've learned so much along the way. Now, it's time to embrace that independence with confidence. Being independent doesn't mean doing everything by yourself or isolating yourself from others. It means having the freedom to make your own decisions, live by your own rules, and pursue the things that are important to you. Maybe you've spent your life being a caretaker or always putting others first. Now is the time to turn the focus back on yourself. You have the power to choose where you live, how you spend your time, and what you want to accomplish. Take pride in your independence. Whether you choose to live on your own, travel solo, or just enjoy more time doing what you love, embracing your independence allows you to experience life in a way that feels authentic and fulfilling. You don't have to follow anyone's idea of how life should be lived after 60. This is your time, and you can shape it however you choose. By investing in your health, embracing change, and taking control of your independence, you're setting yourself up for a life filled with freedom. The next step is learning how to stop comparing yourself to others. This is where we'll pick up in the next part. Stay with me, because we've still got more to cover. Now that we've discussed the importance of embracing change, investing in your health, and prioritizing your independence, let's tackle one of the biggest obstacles many people face as they get older: stopping the comparison game. It's so easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves to others. We might look at someone who's 10 years younger, or even a peer who seems to have everything together, and think, I should be doing more, or why can't I keep up? But here's the truth: comparing yourself to others will only rob you of your own peace of mind and hinder your freedom. Every person's journey is unique. You can't measure your success, happiness, or life's worth by someone else's standards. Just because someone seems to be doing something differently or more successfully than you doesn't mean they have it all figured out. In fact, everyone faces their own challenges and struggles, regardless of how things appear on the surface. If you find yourself constantly comparing your life to others, try to shift your perspective. Focus on your own progress, no matter how big or small it may seem. Instead of looking at someone else's achievements with envy, celebrate what you've accomplished in your own way. Every step you've taken has led you to this point, and that's something to be proud of. As you age, you'll begin to realize that the only person you need to compete with is the version of yourself from yesterday. How can you grow, evolve, and live more authentically today than you did before? When you stop comparing yourself to others, you free yourself from unnecessary pressure and allow yourself to embrace your own pace and path. Now, let's talk about creating a legacy that's uniquely yours. We often think of legacy in terms of what we leave behind for others: money, property, or even a family business. But legacy is about more than material things. It's about the impact you've made on the world and the people around you. And when you live life on your own terms, with purpose and authenticity, you're already creating a powerful legacy. It doesn't matter whether you've had a traditional career or followed an unconventional path. The legacy you create is a reflection of who you are and what you've contributed to the world, big or small. Maybe your legacy is the wisdom you share with younger generations, or the kindness you show to those who need it most. Maybe it's a passion for art or music that you've nurtured and shared with others. Whatever it is, it's yours to define. Your legacy isn't about what you should leave behind. It's about what you want to leave. If you want to be remembered as someone who lived authentically, who was kind, who was true to themselves, that's more than enough. And the best part? You can create that legacy at any stage of life. It's never too late to start building the life you want to be remembered for. Lastly, let's return to the most important part of living a life free from the control of others: empowerment. You've spent decades of your life learning, growing, and becoming the person you are today. Now it's time to truly step into your power. You are capable of creating a life that feels fulfilling and joyful, regardless of your age or past experiences. You've earned the right to live on your own terms, to make choices that serve you, and to stop letting fear or the opinions of others hold you back. Every day is a new opportunity to take control. It might not always be easy, and there will be moments of doubt, but remember, your freedom is in your hands. You can choose how to spend your time, where to direct your energy, and what goals to pursue. Don't let anyone or anything take that power from you. Remember, small changes can make a big difference. It might take time to fully embrace all of the rules we've talked about, but each step you take toward your own freedom is a victory. Whether it's learning to say no, investing in your health, or letting go of comparison, every little action adds up. And before you know it, you'll be living a life that's more aligned with who you are and what you want. So, let me leave you with this: you are not defined by your age or by anyone else's expectations. You are the author of your own story, and it's never too late to rewrite the next chapter. Life after 60 is not a time to slow down, it's a time to revitalize, reclaim your power, and embrace the freedom you deserve. If this video has inspired you to take action and live life on your own terms, I'd love to hear about it. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and let's continue this conversation. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more empowering content. Here's to living your best life at any age, because you've got this, and the best is yet to come.